Hello, and welcome to Movie Story Short. In just a few minutes, we'll explore the eerie mystery of the autopsy of Jane Doe. So sit back, relax, and let's unravel this chilling tale together. The film opens with a shocking scene in a quiet, small-town Virginia home where police officers discover a grisly crime scene. There's evidence of violence, broken furniture, and scattered items, but the true mystery lies in the basement. There, the police find a naked body of a young woman partially buried under the dirt floor. There are no signs of struggle on her body, but her presence in the house is inexplicable. Introduction to the morgue and Tilden family. As the story shifts, we meet Tommy Tilden, a well-regarded, meticulous coroner, and his son Austin, who helps him run the family's morgue and crematorium. Their relationship is both close and strained. Austin is considering leaving to pursue his own path but feels a responsibility to help his father. This night, Austin has plans with his girlfriend, Emma, but he decides to stay and help when his father receives Jane Doe's mysterious body for an immediate autopsy requested by the sheriff. Beginning of the autopsy, discovering strange details. The body is in pristine condition on the outside. No bruises, cuts, or visible injuries. This confuses Tommy and Austin because of the chaotic state of the crime scene. The strangeness begins when they notice her cloudy eyes, typically a sign of death by smoke inhalation. Yet no signs of burns or smoke residue are present. As they proceed with the external examination, they find traces of peat under her nails and in her hair, suggesting she was buried in the ground, uncovering the disturbing internal injuries. With every incision, the Tildens uncover increasingly disturbing signs. Her wrists and ankles show internal breaks, yet her outer skin is unmarked. Inside her mouth, they discover her tongue has been crudely cut out. They then find her lungs charred as though she had been burned from the inside, even though her outer body remains unscathed. Their confusion grows, as each injury seems impossible without any outward signs of trauma. Growing tension and supernatural signs. As they work, strange events start happening. The lights flicker, doors open by themselves, and the radio intermittently plays unsettling music. Tommy, being a seasoned coroner, tries to stay calm, but Austin grows visibly uneasy. They're interrupted when Emma, Austin's girlfriend, stops by the morgue out of curiosity. When Austin shows her around, she's startled by the sight of one of the morgue's preserved bodies. Further autopsy discoveries, ancient symbols and ritual signs. Returning to Jane Doe, they proceed to open her stomach and find something extremely unusual, a cloth with strange symbols and inscriptions wrapped inside her. These symbols appear to be associated with ancient pagan rituals, which raises their suspicions of possible occult practices. The strange findings don't stop there. They realize that every layer they cut into reveals more injuries and hints of unnatural circumstances. Tommy begins to suspect that Jane Doe wasn't an ordinary person. Increasing paranormal activity. As they try to make sense of the clues, they notice strange shadows and hear inexplicable noises. At this point, the radio switches on by itself, and the morgue's power flickers more intensely. They both feel as though they're being watched, but continue their work, compelled to find answers. During a moment of horror, they realize that other corpses in the morgue seem to have moved on their own. When they check the cold storage, they notice that the other bodies are no longer in their original places. Their dread deepens, and they start considering that Jane Doe may be influencing the morgue's other deceased occupants. Discovering the final piece, Jane Doe's origins and dark intentions. Desperate to find answers, they re-examine the symbols and markings, eventually piecing together that Jane Doe might have been part of a ritualistic practice. Her body holds signs that she could have been a victim of ancient torture methods used against witches in the 17th century. Tommy deduces that Jane Doe may have been subjected to brutal rituals intended to inflict suffering without leaving marks on the skin. As they work through these horrifying realizations, the supernatural occurrences intensify. Shadows close in around them. The morgue feels like it's trapping them, and they become desperate to leave. However, when they try to escape, they're trapped inside by an unseen force, as if the morgue itself is holding them captive. Climax, Jane Doe's revenge. Tommy, coming to terms with the supernatural nature of their situation, proposes a drastic solution. He decides to offer himself as a sacrifice to appease Jane Doe and allow Austin to escape. Tommy believes that the autopsy they performed might have unknowingly begun a ritual to resurrect Jane Doe's spirit. Austin is forced to watch as his father suffers a painful fate, seemingly accepted by the vengeful spirit. The lights shatter, strange forces engulf the room, and Tommy ultimately succumbs, hoping his death will be enough to end the nightmare. Austin, devastated, finds himself alone, yet he soon realizes that nothing has changed. Jane Doe's body remains untouched, and the curse endures. Resolution: haunting end. As dawn arrives, a rescue team finally enters the morgue. They find Austin's body, and Jane Doe remains as pristine and mysterious as when she first arrived. The police take the body away, oblivious to the supernatural horrors it harbors. In the film's final moments, Jane Doe's body twitches subtly, hinting that her spirit's wrath is far from over, and that her next stop will bring a similar terror to whoever dares examine her. And here we end the movie. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more thrilling film summaries on Movie Story Short.